Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to take a deep dive into consigning with The RealReal. And I have long been waiting to release this video. This is now my third time consigning, so I am by no means an expert, but what I can tell you is I consigned in 2021, 22, and now here in April of 2023. And things have definitely changed. I kept hearing a lot of resellers that I follow who enjoy acquiring luxury and designer items, sending things off to The RealReal, and they have been saying, I'm not gonna send this brand anymore, or I'm done with The RealReal, I'm never sending things to them again. And I kind of wanted to have answers, right? Why? I seemed that I couldn't find many videos on people talking about the changes and their experiences. So I'm here just to share mine. Hopefully you learn a thing or two. I can say that there are pros, there are cons. Will I consign again? I will spoiler alert and say probably yes, but I've definitely learned things to send, what not to send. So we're gonna go over my very short experiences. The first two times, I am going to share with you all of the items I received back that they did not accept. And I gave them 30 days from the day that they put my listings live on their site. I wanted to see the process of what happened over 30 days because something I heard a lot of talk of was how much they deeply discount your items almost instantly, which I can say, yes, that did happen. And I wanted to see what sold in 30 days and kind of go through those items, go through the brands that I now can say I don't recommend sending these brands, and go from there. And then I also am going to share with you the items that I picked up to resell myself from The RealReal because I consigned during a promotion, which I will talk about. So we've got a lot to unpack. I hope that maybe if you've never used this service, you learn a thing or two. Maybe you can try to use this service. Many of my subscribers, probably all of you, I have to imagine, have ordered from ThredUp if you're reselling. I know I have some subscribers who just enjoy reseller content and you aren't resellers. But ThredUp and The RealReal are similar in that you send items to them, they price them, sell them, you earn a commission. But The RealReal is different in a way that this is definitely a pro. The items that they choose not to sell for you, they send you back for free. And we're going to move over to a different location. I can show you. This is also a con for me. I am trying to be conscious of the environment, okay? But I'm not going to not buy a product that my family wants because of, it comes in a plastic container instead of glass. But I do try to do my part to, not pollute the planet. So I will say I sent them this time around 68 items, but I put them in one large box. Smaller than the 50-pound boxes that come from ThredUp. Those are quite large, but I packed these items nicely. 24 of those items were sunglasses, which I fit into a USPS flat rate shoebox, not flat rate, but the shoebox, the regular shoebox size. I nicely put them in there. And when you see the amount of packages they returned to me, out of my 68 items, they kept 26, which, okay, but I'm looking over at the stack. It's just crazy to me how many different packages and how much waste I feel that they used and money that they spent. You do not pay to get your items back. So that's a pro and kind of a con. I didn't expect to get, the packages just kept coming. So we're gonna first jump into my experiences that I had prior to this time because I think it's important to see the comparisons. The items that I am sending them are items that I have mostly acquired in my ThredUp 200-pound bulk boxes. So I have less than $2 into these pieces. So I was willing to send to them. So back in July of 2021, I sent 9 items. They only sold 3 and sent the rest back to me. And at the time, their pay structure is what has changed. That is the huge drastic thing that has changed in the last 2 years. So basically what I have gathered is if you cannot sell your items for over $100 on their website, it's really not worth sending. So back then, I sold this Saks cashmere coat. Now I did pay up for this item, meaning I probably paid $8 or $9 because I did pick it up at a thrift store. I was just trying to find a couple items to send to make it worthwhile to send this box, and I was curious Now, before I send items to them, same thing on ThredUp, I did search their brand on the RealReal to see if they had current items listed. They did. So this coat sold for $23.75. Now, I did previously have this listed on my platforms with no attention. I made $9.50. Now, the next two items were Burberry. These both came in ThredUp men's 100-pound boxes, so I had roughly $3 in. And Burberry is one of those brands. I am not a luxury and designer seller. It's not something that I enjoy. It's not something that I purchase for myself. Okay, this is Lily. This is about as designer as I get. But Burberry is one of those things. I don't know if it's real or not. I have a hard time authenticating them. So I think that's one. If you don't know if something's real or not, send it off, because worst case, they're going to send it back to you. As of now, April of 2023, you do not pay for them to authenticate or send it back. So I had no interest in listing these myself. This Burberry sweater, they sold for $64 and I got $25.60. And then this Burberry button-up, they sold for $52 and I got $20.80. Now, those items I got a 40% commission on. If I sold those same three items today, I would get 20%. That's a big difference. So we're gonna move on to January of 2022 when I sent them 12 items. They only accepted 4. Now, ironically, I sent those other items back to them and this last time, and they accepted most of those items the second time I sent them in. So in case I forget to mention that later, definitely send items back if it's an item you know they should be taking. It just depends on who opens your boxes. All right, so these Escada pants came in a ThredUp box. They sold them for $24. I made $7.20. They had this Diane von Furstenberg. It was a blouse. They had it listed as a mini dress. I definitely do not think it was. Regardless, they sold it for $66.50. I made $19.95. This Valentino dress, probably the best item I have ever received from ThredUp. It did sell on the RealReal the first time for over $800, and my commission was around like $400 or $500. But unfortunately, you will see a lot of returns on this site. They do put a big tag like on their items that say, if this tag is removed, you cannot return them. But I will say in both my first and second times consigning, I sold a couple items 2 or 3 times. Just because an item sells, don't get overly excited, because that Valentino dress sold super fast. And the thing is, your items have to sell fast or they start dropping those prices. So they definitely sold this dress, I think, for half off of what they originally had it listed for. The second time the sale did stick, they sold it for $358, and I made $196.90, which was half of what my entire 200-pound bulk order cost. So I was still very happy with that sale. It was vintage Valentino, just not something I wanted to list myself. Could I have made more? Maybe, but I didn't want to deal with it. And then this was a really interesting, I called it the lampshade shirt. Masaki Matsuka was the designer, sold for $64 and gave me $19.20. Now, those items that sold under the $100 mark, I got a 30% commission just last year in 2022. Again, that has definitely dropped. So we're gonna pause, and the woman who helped me consign in January 2022 texted me once a month, every single month from when that expired, like in February or March. I got a text every month, March, April, May, June, all the way until February of this year. I had been replying saying I'm not ready. I'm trying to gather more items to make it more worthwhile. I finally replied because in her text, she said, hey, if you consign before March the 1st, so this was like a February 2023 promotion, and they do these promotions often, so I'm throwing this in to say, if you're going to consign with them, I would wait until they have a promotion. And the deal, sometimes it's if you send in bags, if you send in jewelry. This particular promotion was if they accept and list 10 or more items for over $100, you get $100 credit. Now, I will say, I didn't really read the fine print, but the way that she worded it to me, and then it also came in an email, I thought I would get an extra $100 on my payout, but I actually got $100 in the RealReal credit, which was fine. I found some pretty great things, which I will share with you. Now we are going to pop over and I'm going to show you what they didn't take. Now we're not gonna go through, it's 68 items. They took 26. What's the math? They didn't take a lot, but I'm not going to take a whole lot of time, but I wanted to show you how they packaged it up, how they sent the items back to me. And they give you a reason why they didn't take items. Every single one of my items they didn't take, it said brand not accepted, even though I found all of these brands currently for sale on their site. So I've kind of found that's just what they say, unless they find a stain or something like that. So let's go see what they sent back to me that they did not accept. All right, I was not joking. We have got a large box on the bottom with 3 boxes on top. Now, I will say I shipped these items February 22nd, and by March the 1st, they had all of my items listed and determined what they were and were not going to keep. And within the next 2 weeks, I had everything back. So they are very fast. That is a pro. You will know very quickly. I am doing this video on April the 1st, so very quick, but you won't see your payouts that fast. All right, here is another random Poly, and we've got these 1, 2, 3 more boxes. So let's quickly see how they package up. And I did have to open them because I made a purchase and I wasn't sure which one was my purchase, which I haven't separated out. So they will send items back in polys and in boxes. All of your items do come back, I feel like even nicer than I sent them. I did have all of my glasses wrapped up nicely. This was a Burberry item. This item, they did say they could not authenticate. That was the reason for not accepting, which great to know. I never would want to sell a counterfeit. This came in a ThredUp box, so it's just going to be donated at this point. We will try to rush. I will edit out if it takes me a while to open any of these boxes. Don't worry. I will be keeping these boxes. They do say on the side of them, reuse me to consign or recycle, but some of them are pretty great sizes for reusing to ship. All right, so I don't know, like all of my items went to the same place. Now it did say that they sent a couple like Louis Vuitton items, like a pair of sunglasses. I remember it saying out for authentication, but I'm really not sure why they sent so many items back in different boxes. These are just a pair of Wilfred 100% silk pants. Honestly, I didn't want to have to steam them, but this is an item. I'm probably going to now send some of these back to ThredUp just because I don't feel like listing them. There's some tissue paper in this one as well. What are these? These are shoes. These are some Ferragamos that nobody wanted out of any of my stores for over a year. They came in a ThredUp shoebox. I don't want them either. Another tip I have is if you are going to send items that are currently in your inventory, do not delete them, just mark them not for sale. I did go ahead and re-up the items I already had listed and I wanted them gone. These sold for $20 shortly after receiving them back. I had already had them listed for at least 2 years at this point. So I made around $16 profit, and that was definitely more than I would have received from the RealReal. So I was really happy about that one. This one had a whopping 1 item in it. This is a Ted Baker stole. Now, some of these items, like this one, I just have it hidden and marked not for sale. So I will just reopen those items on Poshmark. So this one will stay. And I'm gonna store it and probably ship it right in this bag. And they said Ted Baker is a brand that they do not accept. They definitely do. So again, I think someone was just a little lazy and didn't feel like putting real reasons why, which is fine. This is a Michael Kors, which I knew this was going to be a toss-up. A really nice tweed blazer. However, there is no size, and ThredUp won't take it. I don't feel like having to measure it. That's going to go in my Style Encore bin, and if they don't take it, it will just get donated. We've got an Oscar de la Renta men's sweater. I have now sent this in twice. They didn't want it. This is a St. John collection. Came in a men's startup box. St. John collection skirt. Okay, Unger dress, really pretty, but no size. This is a large one. This is how I thought my items would all come back in one box. So it was really nice. So the sunglasses, I live in Orlando amongst a lot of theme parks. I had the chance to purchase a huge, almost like the throw up 50-pound boxes. You know, they're probably like this by this, filled with lost and found sunglasses from a local theme park. And it was filled with, you didn't know, it was a mystery. I got a lot of designer glasses, tons of throwdowns. My husband got Oakleys and Costas, and it was a great purchase on my part. I sold the leftovers that I didn't want for anything on local Facebook Marketplace pickup, made all my money back, plus doubled my money without even doing anything. So all of the sunglasses I sent to them, I had literally $0 in, and those ended up being some of my best sales. I'm not gonna show you all of them, but I do want to just show you how they sent the ones back to me. I sent them, like I said, all of them, all 24 pairs. I will also mention, you get the consignor, what do they call them? I wanted to say a butler. No, you're like liaison. It has a name, but she's like assigned, he or she is assigned to you. I did send a picture of like a huge fur coat I have because it was just gonna be so heavy to ship, and she said they wouldn't buy it because it was like a small shop kind of thing. Anyway, I asked if I could send designer glasses. I had no cases, and she said yes, totally fine. And the ones that have sold without cases. So I did not expect to get these nice little velvety bags back, but they bubble wrapped it individually, and here's a pair, and they even put the real tag on it. So what does this say? Jewelry security label will not. Okay, so this is good to know. I wondered how they prevented returns on glasses. So I'm not sure why they put this on here since they chose not to list these, but it says jewelry security label with a hologram, and it says return will not be accepted if security label is tampered with. So, hey, we're learning here together. That's great because I do know that some of my higher price sales wore sunglasses, and I was like, well, what if they just, wear them to their vacation to look cool and then return them? So now we all know this is how they returned them. I don't even know a lot of these brands I'd never even heard of. CSEE. So I may take the time to list some of these, may not, I don't know. But now that tells me that those are authenticated also, so I might. All right, let's speed this up. We've got some Kate Spade pants, again, without the size. So some of these items I will take to Style Encore. I'm gonna go in the next week. This is a bathing suit top, maybe a tank top. I wasn't really sure. Hugo Boss. We've got some. Now I did purchase these at a thrift store. You might have seen me haul them. They are St. John Sport. I did pay like $5 for them, knowing I was sending this box in, but these I will take the time to list myself only because I know that I did actually purchase them. I didn't get them in a ThredUp box. All this other stuff, if I don't say, just know it came in a ThredUp bulk box for super cheap. Like these, I don't even know. Oh, Giorgio Armani pants. They said they don't accept it. Here's what I wanted to show you also. Oh, this is, let's see, a Lily Pulitzer dress. Oopsie. You'll see another way that they send some of these items back in just a moment. So they didn't accept this beautiful plain white Lily dress. I sent it because it was a size 2. These are Armani pants. These are Aloe leggings. I sent these Aloe leggings in because these were like a blogger favorite, but they were super tiny. I had them listed for a long time with no interest. They were an extra small. It was a brand I happened to see. Oh, they do sell this brand. So I was hoping to make a couple dollars. They did not accept them. And again, just like the other shoes, I sold them very quickly upon relisting them, even though they had been relisted at least 5 times over the last, 2 years. So they ended up selling for $30, which was great. And these are Hudson jeans, but many of these things I pulled from my inventory when I knew I was gonna send this in, so I just need to go back in, activate these listings, and put them back away in my inventory. All right, so they sent, this is why this box was so heavy. These are very heavy duty hangers. So these things, like, again, I folded things nicely. That's how I sent it to them. So they chose to give me some awesome hangers, and that's great. I like these hangers. I will use these for myself. This is a Tadashi dress. I was really hoping they would take it. It's beautiful. I did pick this up at a thrift store. I will list that one myself. This is a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren blazer. The sizing, there's no tag. It is made in USA, union made. I just don't know. It came in a kids thread-up box. They did not take this Moschino top. This is a Escada that came in my thread-up designer box. So did this Stella McCartney. Yeah, so some of these items I could keep and send back again, but I'm just ready for these things to be out of my house. A box with one whole sunglasses. Now they did reuse my thread-up bubble wrap, but this is a cool, I've never seen this. It's a zippered, nice bubble mailer, so I will definitely reuse that. This box is empty. All right, one more box of what they did not accept. I hope that you are finding this helpful, just to know what brands that they say they don't take. And they do take items that don't have a size. Some of the items that they did list for me don't have a size, so don't let that discourage you. They will measure it. That is another difference from thread-up. Okay, so this is all of the rest. I told you I sent 24 pairs of sunglasses, and I believe they accepted like 8. It's fine. So they just wrapped them all. These ones, now, yeah, I guess it depends on who's packing. They're all just like wrapped in bubble wrap. There is some more things down here. Oh, these are the brand Hogan International shoes, kids shoes. They make adult shoes too. They are really expensive. A pair of M. Jemmy sandals, which I already had those things listed. A pair of Kate Spade mules, again, already listed, just have to activate. And this little kid's Gucci jacket. It was fine that it was missing a button. I did ask my woman, she said that they have tons of extra buttons. So again, things I'm learning that now maybe I'm passing on to you. If you have items that are missing buttons, go ahead and send them in. The reason that they didn't accept this, they said they could not authenticate it. So again, an item that I don't feel comfortable listing if they couldn't authenticate it. So I've made a mess of my kitchen, but those are the items I sent that they did not take. So now let's go over the items I used my $100 credit on. So I was awarded a $100 credit. Now, what was great is that I got this credit before any of my items had even sold. Once they listed my items and determined that I had at least 10 items that they initially listed at $100, because they add coupons, discounts. Nobody ever pays what the price says. It's kind of like shopping at Kohl's. But it definitely said in bold letters, this shopping credit does not apply to taxes and shipping. We all know, maybe you don't, shipping is a flat $12.95, whether you buy one bikini bottom or a lot of items. And so I was fully expecting to spend the $100 credit and then still have to put in the $12.95 if I got it. I try to get things as close as I can if I'm trying to score things for super cheap. But I ended up spending $2.74. So my $100 credit covered shipping, and the only reason I had that is just because I was at $102.74. So maybe they just say that so that you put more stuff in your cart, but that was my experience. It covered the shipping. Now I purchased, I think 7 items. I will pop up on the screen what they had this listed for, and that is their clearance price. So I did shop the clearance, and I would have one screen open shopping the item and then one screen for sold comps on Poshmark. Again, knowing that I have $2.74 into all of these. So I guess I could take $2.74 divided by 7, and that's what I paid for each of these. So I think I did all right. And they're all items to sell. I did not get anything to keep for myself. The first thing is this pair of Girlfriend jeans. Now they do have the tag on them, but I am 99% sure they've been washed because the pockets are kind of like this. So I am going to list them as like excellent condition. I'm not going to list them as new with tags just because I do feel confident that they were washed. They are a size 28 and they are the Kendall. So I picked those up. I've sold this brand in a pair of leggings before, never jeans. This is a bikini bottom, a quite tiny one, but it is the brand Beach Bunny, which I had heard of, and it's crazy. On their website, these are so expensive. It is a size extra small, and it has the liner in it, and you know, knowing that I was gonna pay not a lot, I feel like, $70 is the price that they had at Beach Bunny. So, I mean, even if I'm not gonna get top dollar for these items, it was almost like it was free inventory. So that was great. These are a brand I've never picked up before, Acne Studios. Definitely a designer brand, new with the tags. This is the type of tag that's gonna come on items that says it cannot be returned. Now, all of my items, because I got them from the 70% off clearance, they weren't all 70, some were 20, 30. They're not returnable. So this is what the inside looks like. There we go. So I just thought it'd be cool to have this designer in my closet. I'm not really sure what size they are, 24, 32, 165, 60. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. Another brand I have just never found myself is Varley Activewear. This is a size extra small, so we're not talking a huge sale here, but you know, I thought it would be nice to get some new brands and brands that maybe I am not gonna find in my area. I tried to find some brands off of my personal BOLO list, but I did not. I've got another Beach Bunny bottom, and I know some people are not buying separates anymore, but these separates of this brand seem to be selling. Again, I did check comps. This one retailed for $95. And one more, it is swimsuit season. I picked this up. It is the brand Millie, and the retail, I knew the retail price, I can't think of it now, but I did go to their website and check. It is a one-piece bathing suit and still has the hygiene liner. They had a million of these listed, so I'm sure the market is a bit saturated, but again, if I can sell it for 30, 40 bucks, that's definitely pure profit for me. So I did pick up a medium. They had a lot of extra smalls, but I wanted to try to get some things that were, oh, this one was also a medium, right? Yeah. So those are the items that I picked up to resell. Now, again, I could have used my $100 credit and put it towards one amazing designer item, but I just didn't want to invest anything else just because, you know, I've got a lot of inventory, but I wasn't gonna let my $100 credit go to waste. Now, they do only give you, I wanna say it was like 2 weeks or something to use that credit. So if you earn one, make sure you use it. All right, so I am going to pause this video and we are going to go over, we're going to do a screen record, and I'm going to share with you what sold in the first 30 days, what is still listed, and my thoughts. All right, let's chat about what has already sold from this particular order. There was the Valentino dress we talked about. So the very first thing to sell was this pair of Crew sunglasses, another new to me brand. I just happened to put aside the glasses I thought felt nice. These did sell almost immediately, maybe even the same day. So they did not have a discount applied, which was fantastic. So at a $145 price point, I did make $43.50. Now, most of your items are going to sell with a 20% discount because they have a 20% off code literally on the main page of their website. I don't know why that person didn't use one. Here is a brand that I will not be sending in, and I should have known better. It's fine. This Diane von Furstenberg skirt, it came in the thread-up box, so I had less than $2 into it, and they sold it for $40. It only had 20% off, so I made a whopping $8. So again, these really cheap sales, you're going to only make 20% of what it sells for after discounts. You know, I still made, what, a $6 profit. This Oscar de la Renta shirt, this was a great thing. I thought it would for sure get returned. So this came in my most recent ThredUp Kids box. It was missing at least one button, maybe two on the back. And yeah, you can see right there, the very top button. I believe they even had it backwards on the hanger. It's fine. I had less than $1 into that one. It sold for $32 and gave me $6.40, which I was thrilled with because I think that's more than I would have been able to sell it for myself. Once Upon a Child wouldn't have taken it even, and I would have made 30 cents from them. So I was okay with that one. These Chloe shorts, I actually picked these up retail arbitrage. I did lose money on this. I think I paid about $12 to $15 for them from either swap.com or unclaimed baggage. I actually bought them for my daughter, but when they came in, they just looked really weird on her. And to be honest, I couldn't tell if they were real or not. That's the reason I sent them in. And I knew they would authenticate them. They sold pretty quickly. Also made $6.40, again, with a kid's item like that I'm not sure if it's real. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I'm not comfortable selling items if I can't confirm their authenticity, and an item like that's not worth paying to authenticate, so that was great. Another item, if you watch my channel, you recently saw a ThredUp kids box where I got terrible items. Well, the one before, I got a few designer items. This Burberry shirt, again, with like the other Burberry they sent back, they couldn't authenticate. There are so many Burberry tags. I did not know if this was real. They took it. Someone paid $60, 20% off. I made $12. And again, less than $1 into it. Stuart Weitzman, a brand I do not suggest sending in. Now, these were in my Posh closet for well over a year. They had a lot of attention, but nobody wanted to buy them. But the payout on this brand is pretty bad. These came in a ThredUp shoebox, so I probably had $6 to $7 into them unless I got a discount. So I probably lost $1 on these. They sold for $28. They had a 30% off coupon. I made $5.60. Again, the sunglasses, as I mentioned earlier, totally free to me. I had heard of Balmaine, never found it. And remember, I sent all of these in with no cases, no nothing. So if you've ever find designer glasses, I think they're worth sending in. Depending on what you pay, my commission was $13.30. So for me, pure profit, I was fine with that. These See by Chloe boots, I thought they would sell for more. They were brand new. I sent them in the box. I did also pick these up retail arbitrage. I think I had like $12 into them. They were tiny. They were size 5. I thought about saving them for my daughter, but I decided to use them as part of this experiment. I sent them in. They sold for $122, 30% discount. I made 30% of that, so $36. I think I probably doubled my money. Could I have made more selling them myself? Possibly, but again, they were women's size 5. It's fine. Sandro, another brand I don't suggest sending in. This shirt came in a ThredUp box. Again, less than $2 into it. So, if you're comfortable making, I made $8.40. Cool. They did accept it. It did sell quickly. No returns, no issues. You can see it had 30 hearts on their website. This is what you're going to see a lot, unfortunately. This Emilio Pucci dress, you might remember me unboxing this. It's a linen material, but I just couldn't tell. A lot of places had these weird heathered looks. I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be that way. I decided just to send it in, but the person has requested a return. It did sell for $212, which is crazy. I did not think it was going to be worth that much. So I should have received $116.60, which because it's over $100, it's 55% commission. And I don't have any of the extra. I haven't sold enough to put myself into a next tier. So I'm basically getting the minimum amount. But I think they have, what did it say? 21 days to return the item. It has to have the backer card on it still. But it's going to be a long time before I see this item relisted. And by the time it gets relisted, I feel like they already discounted a ton. So I will be lucky. I'm just guessing. Maybe I'll make $50 if this sells again. And it's going to be a while from now. So let's go and look and see what they still have listed and what items are listed for. So before making this video, I wanted to give it a solid 30 days for every single item to be listed. It did take them about 10 days to list all of my items that they had planned to list. So it's been about 40 to 50 days now on some of these items. But here are my current active listings on their website as of, what is today, April the 25th. When you see this screen, you can look at more details and it will tell you they received the item on March the 1st. And it's been live for 46 days. It will tell you what they currently have it discounted for. Now, something that I find to be a con, a lot of my items, literally the day they put them up for sale, they automatically had them on sale for 20 or 30% off. Most of them 30%. So, if these things sell, that's going to be great. I've got some Versace glasses. I just thought this would be good so you can see the brands and things they did accept. Super by Retro Super Future glasses. I had never heard of this brand either. These two, Carlos Falchi, they have both of those listed for $95. The Versace is $135. These Michael Kors have been listed for 48 days and they're discounted to 40% right now. So I'll maybe make a couple dollars. Gucci glasses, already discounted down to 30%. They have those listed for $210, which that'll be a good sale. And guys, all of these showed wear. They weren't perfect. They had a couple scratches. Diane von Furstenberg, I'm maybe going to make $1 on these. These also did not have a size tag, which I knew sending them in after my experience last time. I wasn't going to make much, but I don't want to list items without size tags. So maybe I'll make $1 once these finally sell. They've got it down to 40%. Millie, another brand I thought for sure would do well on this site. Nope. I won't be sending any more Millie items. Again, I think one of these didn't have a size tag. This one was a sample piece. It literally had the word sample in it, but they've got these things listed at a discount and only listed for $40. Versace, this is a shirt I sent in 2 times before and they didn't take it, and they took it this time and listed it for $135. So, if you're willing to be patient and keep sending items in, these are in brand new condition. These Love Moschino pants. Moschino, I can never say that right. But I did pick these up at a thrift store for a couple dollars. Maybe I'll make $4. Marni, this was if this sales, this came in my designer box, the box that I think was pretty awful, but it's a vintage 2000s top according to them. I would have not known that. They have it currently listed for $145, but 20% off. St. John Sport, don't send St. John. This they only had listed from $55 from the beginning. And again, these items will just stay on their site and they will eventually make it to the 70% off sale. This Herve Ledger dress, this came in one of my very first ThredUp bulk boxes. I think it was like $1.32 I had into it. And it had a couple little flaws, but they will take flawed items. Currently listed at $195. This jacket, they had this listed as a dress. It's a Diane von Furstenberg windbreaker. I picked this up at a consignment sale. They had it listed as a dress. And I just sent them an email and said, hey, please fix this item. It's definitely a jacket, not a dress. And they did. But it's only listed at $95. And these Zanotti leather slingback pumps, I already have it listed at 30% off. I had these listed in my Poshmark closet for probably 2 years, maybe more at this point. They came in a ThredUp shoebox. I will just be happy for them to sell and not get them back. I mean, I was sending $20 offers on Posh and nobody wanted them. So I was happy to see that they took them. So those were the items that they still have listed and the ones I have for sale. All in all, I'm pretty happy. I am not losing money, but I'm not somebody that went out and paid up for items to send to them. So was it a lot of work to send in these items? No, the hardest part was actually delisting the items that I had already listed for sale and pulling them from my inventory. But if you're willing to just throw items in a tub, collect a lot, I definitely suggest sending in more. Remember, I sent in 68 items and they only took about 25. So here's my March statement, the items that we went over that sold. This was 7 items, and I made $95. At this moment for April, I am set to make $45 because one of them is being returned. So do I think that the Real is worth it? Well, it depends on how you source your items. A huge pro is I think that their website is super simple to use. It's very easy to look back. You can see these are the consignments that I have done. I can even look back and see what items out of that consignment, what did they ship back to me? What did they sell from it? So I think that's great. I think their customer service is great. I don't like how they returned items back to me just because it just seemed very wasteful, but they did all of that for free. So part of me just kind of felt bad that they spent all that money to send everything back in so many boxes. The cons, well, the cons are their pay structure. So even though some of these items are retailing for thousands, you're not going to make that. So my suggestion is definitely check the website, see what these items are selling for. Don't just look at what they're listed for, check solds. It's very easy to do so. And I personally won't source specifically to send, but will I continue to look at the bins and in my ThredUp bulk boxes? Definitely. So I hope you found this very helpful. Drop me a comment. Let's chat about The Real Real. Do you love it? Do you hate it? And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.